Here we go. All right. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Carolyn. I know some people are going to be joining us soon, but I want to go over Chef LaQuita's bio. She's been a nurse for 25 years. She's had a passion for food even longer. As a home chef, LaQuita Marie has years of experience with a variety of foods, and she has a lot of food science research under her belt. As of May 2020, LaQuita Marie transitioned her family to a plant-based lifestyle to reverse her husband's diabetes and improve the health legacy of her three young daughters. And she does a lot. She's an amazing woman. As a creative genius and co-host of Blind Guy, his wife, their life live.
Their life, yep.
Their
live show, yes.
Live. I'm sorry, I said it the wrong way. A weekly podcast she hosts with her husband on YouTube. LaQuita Marie's plant-based treats are featured. The 2-minute video recipes feature familiar foods along with a beneficial nutritional facts. She is a professional public speaker and co-founder, artistic director of a 501 nonprofit organization, A. Tubman Entertainment Incorporated. It's a mid-Atlantic region leading arts education ensemble using original theatrical productions, world music, folklore, and dance as a vehicle for inclusion and social change. I will share her website here. It's blindguyhiswife.com, and she has a YouTube channel, which I've watched, Blind Guy, his wife's channel on health and business, and you can check her out there on YouTube. So for those of you who are here, I saw some more people popped in. Just welcome LaQuita, and I'm gonna stop this share, and I'm gonna make her the center of it all. I'm gonna, let me see, make her a spotlight for everyone. And yay! Let me say that LaQuita lives on the East Coast. It is 9:06 her time. And so it was wonderful that she agreed to do this for me. So I appreciate it. So there you go. Looks like you are on mute.
Yes, thank you so much. Someone started laundry, so let's just pretend that we don't hear that. So I tried to make sure I muted while you were talking because I think it would keep highlighting me. But hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And, tonight's title is, could you be vegan, right? I am not vegan. I'm whole food plant-based. And the reason why is because vegan is a scary word. So we're not going to use that word tonight. We are just going to use plant-based. Let's do that. Whole foods, plant-based. And the goal is to eat fruits and vegetables at every single meal. That's the goal. So that way, no matter what you're doing, if you're not eating fruits and vegetables at every meal, because you could be vegan and not eating fruits and vegetables at every meal. And that's just not the best plan for your health, for your legacy, right? So we're going to hear from you all right from the start. This is an interactive night. So that means don't be shy. I do follow a lot of whole food plant-based doctors like Dr. Esselstyn, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, Dr. Neil Barnard, Dr. James Loomis, Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Pam Popper. There are so many. So Dr. John McDougall, right? So there's a lot of doctors that I follow as far as, follow them, their videos, their blogs, their research. You can too. So this way we can all educate ourselves and just be sure that we have the best information for ourselves, because I know that not everybody is only eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and beans. Not everybody. Some of us are eating chicken. So if you're eating chicken, make sure you have fruits and vegetables alongside of it. Some of us have whole grains, but if you get the fruits and vegetables, you really get the fiber, because that's what's going to really help you out. So if you all are ready to start tonight, I'll start with a question, and that means this is a Whole Foods. Should we call it a quiz or should we just call it a chat? This is a Whole Foods chat, okay? We'll call it a chat. That way, if you get the answers wrong, or right. You don't feel like you won or you lost, because we're all winners, because we're leaving tonight with more information. It is a pleasure to be with you tonight. I didn't say that, but thank you for spending your night tonight with me, listening to me. Coach Giesta is amazing. She's been my coach now for a while, and I'm enjoying it. So I do appreciate this honor. If you are ready for question number one, just let me hear you. Unmute and say, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. I heard it. I heard it. Okay.
Oh
So
yeah.
nice, nice. Everybody's chiming in. Okay, so I have a question list over here. Now, I will give a few rules, not rules, but just information to start with. Whole foods plant-based means that I don't eat any animal products. Um, I don't eat eggs. I don't eat milk products like cheese, butter, yogurt, sour cream. Those are made from milk. However, I do eat the non-dairy versions because there are lots of non-dairy yogurts. So Delicious is one. Oh, this is backwards. I hope you can see it, but So Delicious brand, I eat their yogurt. I eat their ice cream. Okay, honestly speaking, I do. I shouldn't. Coach Diaz would probably say don't do that, but I do. So that's a key line. And my children, I have three young girls and a husband, and they like the yogurts as well. This one is also So Delicious raspberry. And I also sometimes I get the Silk brand. Silk is almond milk and non-dairy cheese. Follow Your Heart is my favorite, and smoked Gouda is one of the flavors that we like. We also like pepper jack. We also like their American slices, even though I wasn't eating American cheese when I was eating cheese from cow's milk. So question number one, here it is. Which of the following types of milk products are suitable for a whole foods plant-based lifestyle? Is it raw milk? Is it oat milk? Is it whole milk? Or is it semi-skimmed milk? Let's just
Oat
say
milk.
skim. Okay,
Oat
wait, I heard
milk.
it. Say
Oh
it
milk.
again.
Oat
I
milk.
heard oat milk. Any other answers, or is that your final answer? All right. So if you answered oat milk, of course, you got it right. Oat milk is suitable on a whole food plant-based diet. And let me know how many of you all have milk in your tea or your coffee. And if you think you can try oat milk or soy milk, in our case, we do drink almond milk, right? This is just the Kroger brand or the Harris Teeter brand. Almond milk, soy milk, oat milk. Let us know if you drink any non-dairy milks. If you have tried it, or if you think you could try it in your coffee or tea, let us know. You can either let us know audibly or in the chat. And Diesta, if you can let me know what the chat is saying, that will help.
Okay, I don't see anybody writing in the chat yet. She said, Dale said she'll try. We'll try.
I see. Okay, Dale says she'll try oat milk.
Cherie said tried almond.
Mhm. Oh, I see the chat. Yes.
Get feedback for some reason.
Oh, I'm gonna mute.
I don't think it's you.
I think everyone needs to mute themselves. There's too much background noise.
Yeah. Everybody just go on mute and just use the chat because I think it'll be easier.
Yeah,
There you
because my
go.
washer, I told you, somebody started laundry and I apologize. Uh-oh, Margie Wilson says, I drink all regular. And I saw someone said, I don't use any dairy other than butter. Speaking of butter, I didn't bring it out, but I do, oh my goodness, what kind of butter is it? Let me run and see. Earth Balance, that's what it is. Here we are, Earth Balance. I do use Earth Balance butter, non-dairy. That's another option. And this one is typically, you can get it organic or not organic, but Earth Balance is a butter that I definitely use. Now tonight, I wanted to show you all some rice. Speaking of whole grains, I don't know if any of you are scared of rice, but Dr. John McDougall, he has this book, The Starch Solution, where it's like the potato reset. If you go on vacation or if you go out of town and you just want to reset or you just want to reset, you do this starch solution for like 12 days. You mainly eat potatoes and people lose a lot of weight on that. They reset their system. So it's a whole food. Potatoes grow out of the ground. And that's a big caveat for being a whole food plant-based person like myself, right? I want to really focus on whole foods. So that being said, rice. I'm going to show you all this rice and then I'll see if you can kind of guess what is in this rice. Now I made this earlier today and I'm just gonna lift it up. Let me move this meat out of the way because I made this meat myself actually. I did make, and I don't know if you can see how meaty this looks, but let me get it closer, closer. Don't mind the fingernails, they are trimmed. But I'll move that out of the way. I do make that meat from vegetables. I call it garden meat. Seitan, you got it, Carolyn? Yes. But I do make it from vegetables. Loads of vegetables. So this rice here, let's see if we can kind of get it in the camera. There's some orange in there. There's some, of course, there's the, oh, there's rice on my hand too. There's a few different colors, but I don't think you're gonna see all the colors. There's a little bit of orange right there. There's some dark brown. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that I added to this because the goal is to get fruits and vegetables into every single meal. So in this rice, I have onions, right? I think at least 2 onions in this rice. I also have mushrooms. So I just took some button mushrooms. You can take any kind of mushrooms you like, and I chopped them up. Yeah, Carolyn, seitan is made from vital wheat gluten. It's the vital wheat gluten that gives it that meaty texture and feel and stretch and bite because I just stopped eating meat in mid 2020. So in all my years, I've eaten lots of chicken, beef, pork, seafood like fish, shellfish, lots of those things. But the seitan is the vital wheat gluten is what gives the seitan its texture. And I make it myself just with vegetables. And I do have a link for you all to look at once we're done. So that way in that link, there's a playlist. There's several different seitan recipes. So these are just button mushrooms. They were on sale. So I got those. They were just whole white mushrooms that I chopped up. I also have rutabaga in this rice. So just skin it, cut it, chop it into cubes, put it in there. Those were like the dark orange cubes that you saw in there. And then, you know, once you skin it, you can just slice off pieces. It's sort of like a hard potato is the texture of it. I don't know how many of you enjoy rutabaga, but my family, it's easier to just hide the food. Let's just say that. If they just see rice, they will eat the rice. I also have celery and parsnips in this particular rice. So all of that food. Oh, you know what? I didn't break out the garlic. There's also garlic. So onions, garlic, mushrooms, rutabaga. Were there any other vegetables that I put in here? I think that's it. I don't know how many vegetables you typically put into your rice or into your mashed potatoes or into your grits, but I find that these are ways to get those things in. Oh, frozen okra. That's the other thing that's in this rice. Let me see if I can find a piece just to show you, because the goal for tonight is to eat fruits and vegetables at every meal. So that way, if you have a meal that looks like this, meat and potatoes, or in this case, you know, rice and which is a starch and a meat, then you still have everything that you need in there. There's several doctors that talk about G-BOMBs. G-BOMBs is an acronym for greens, beans, onions, mushrooms. So when I say greens, I mean, you know, kale, Swiss chard, cabbage, any greens, right? Beans for the B, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. That's what G-BOMBS is an acronym for. If you Google it, you got homework tonight, you all make sure you Google G-BOMBS and you will definitely find that acronym. Any questions so far? Because I have another question for you if you don't have one for me. Any questions so far? You can type it into the chat, or if you want to come off mute, one at a time, because with the feedback with all of us, we'll have that situation. But any questions, put it into the chat. What do you use to season the seitan? Thank you, Diesa. The same thing I was using before when I was eating meat. So no fancy seasonings, honestly. These are two of my favorite. This adobo and this barilla sazon complete. There we go. I think the glare, let's see if we can get the glare off. And so these two are popular. And actually I found this one at the Dollar Tree too. Not this particular bottle, a smaller bottle. Adobo, I know Goya has it. How do you get your protein? Everybody asks that. There aren't any protein deficiencies. So guess what? The good news is there's protein in rice, there's protein in vegetables, there's protein in the vital wheat gluten. And so a lot of the food I'm eating it for the nutrition that's in it, because protein is sort of like saying a house, right? We all have a house, but what kind of house? What's in the house? Some houses have a bathroom, some houses have two bathrooms, some houses have carpet, some houses have windows, some houses have less windows. So protein is sort of like that. So that any of these foods, the nutritional value in it, carbs are okay, is what Dale is saying. So yeah, saying carbs or protein, those are just categories. So when you look it up, you want to also look at, well, what nutrients are in mushrooms? Like vitamin D, they're really high in vitamin D. Lots of people have a vitamin D after being shut indoors for so long. So that's another reason, that's one of the main reasons why we're adding that, in addition to a lot of the other nutrients that mushrooms provide. The same thing with okra, the same thing with celery, the same thing with rutabaga, onions, garlic. They all have different nutrients, and a lot of them are high in fiber, vitamin C, which are the fiber escorts a lot of toxins out of the fiber escorts a lot of the toxins out of your body. And then the vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. So this way, with the vitamin C in your system, you are good. Most animals that humans eat are herbivores. Then people eat them. You said it. Your comment went away just as I was finishing it. Let me see. People eat them to get their protein. Yeah, so weird when you think about it. That is what a lot of the plant-based doctors does. They say just go right to the source where the animals get their protein from. The animals get their protein from all of these ingredients, but there's so many more nutrients. That's why they're so resilient. Another seasoning that I use, this bottle is empty. I have to get another one, liquid aminos. So it's lower in sodium, but it has a really salty flavor. So you don't have to use very much of it. It reminds you of soy sauce, liquid aminos. And if you want to get that egg flavor, black salt. So black salt is one that it has that sulfuric fragrance and flavor. And a lot of times I'll use this and I add it to my tofu. Now this tofu is super firm. I get it from Walmart and it gives you an egg texture. If you slice it thin, this tofu has like a deli meat texture. And it has if you chop it into cubes, when I make my potato salad or my chickpea salad, then I add the black salt, and it has, and other seasonings like celery seed and whatnot, a little bit of thyme, and I add kelp because that gives you the iron and the iodine. Oh, speaking of which, you get your iron from those green leafy vegetables. So that's, how I get a few other nutrients. But I have a question for you all, another question, because the goal is for you all to eat more fruits and vegetables at every meal. So the next question, I have a quiz over here. What is seitan made from? Now, Carolyn has been helping us tonight. So is it chicken breast? Is it vital wheat gluten? Is it minced beef? Or is it lamb? What is vital wheat gluten made from? Is it chicken breast, vital wheat gluten, minced minced beef, or lamb? What is vital wheat gluten made from? So you can put it into the chat. And remember that vital wheat gluten is what gave us this meaty texture here. So I have some in a cup, and it's Dwayne Warner says vital wheat gluten. Yes, is like, I have no idea. So just to show you while you're trying to figure out what that vital wheat gluten does, that's it. It makes this meaty food, and you can brown it, you can toast it. I add it to spaghetti. So I added to deli sandwiches because we were so used to eating meat, so we had to have familiar foods because our kids are now 10, 12, and 15. When we started this, they were what, 8, 10, and 13. So they were pretty resistant. They're still resistant, y'all. They go to school and sneak food. But anyways, we do what we can. So that's what vital wheat gluten is made of. Vital wheat gluten, it helps to create the seitan. So that's where that comes from. So the question I have for you all right now is, has anyone ever tried seitan? And if not, do you think you could? Because we're trying to figure out, is this for me? So tell us in the chat. Yes, if you've tried seitan, which is like the plant-based meat, I think beyond, so here's the other thing, beyond beef, that counts. That's a form of seitan. Any of the faux meats or fake meats, they're usually, oh, Dwayne has not tried, but certainly will. Cherie never tried it, but would. You might have tried it anyways, because y'all know McDonald's used to have soy burgers. Those were their original burgers. Yeah, Carolyn says yes, and it's very versatile. It is so versatile. I agree. We use it in a lot of different ways. I make pinwheels with it, and I'm trying to think what else I've done with it. Some people make like a chicken sandwich where they'll fry it up and everything. And in the link that I left you all, oh, Pamela has tried it and loved it, trying to get back to it. So here's the thing to remember. Just get your fruits and vegetables in. So even if you're not having seitan, even if you are having seitan, it is not a substitute for fruits and vegetables. So everyone repeat after me to yourself in your head, fruits and vegetables at every meal. Fruits and vegetables at every meal. Oh, Carolyn likes Beyond and Impossible products, but they are processed, so not too often. Right, we got to watch thank you, DS, the fruits and vegetables at every meal. We have to watch the processed foods because that's the tricky part. This is why I try to go for whole foods, and I try to put as many things into rice or potatoes or grits or sauces. So macaroni and cheese, when I make my macaroni and cheese, I do start the sauce off with white or yellow vegetables. So maybe a rutabaga, a parsnip, onions. Those are the types of things. Also mushrooms. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. I'm glad I'm inspiring you to make your own seitan. In the link that I left, there's a playlist with some plant-based treats. They're like 2-minute videos in there that show you how to make a lot of different things. Several seitan recipes are in there, as well as the nutritional value. So that way it'll make more sense. Like, why would I eat this anyways? And I could just eat that. Eat it for the nutrition, because if you're eating milk products from cows, thank you, Diesta. Yeah, show the link at the end and send it out. If you're eating milk products like butter, yogurt, cheese, and everything from cows, and they say, oh, you can get calcium and iron from these. Well, the non-dairy items, you can get calcium, iron, plus 10 other nutritional benefits. So that's the whole point of why you might want to say, let me get fruits and vegetables at every meal. So if you think you can, if you're wondering, could I do this? All you have to think to yourself, well, I can do fruits and vegetables at every meal. So I have another question for you. If you all are ready, here's the next question. Let me look at my cheat sheet over here on the side. Is peanut butter okay on a plant-based diet? Because I told you I don't consider myself vegan per se, because I cannot tell a lie. I love leather. I have a few leather purses. They're convenient, they're durable. So um, you want to do this for yourself first. I will say this, be very selfish when you're making any decisions. Think about yourself and say to yourself, self, if I take care of my insides first, oh, Dale Golder, yes, you can have peanut butter on a plant-based diet, is what you're saying. Okay. Dwayne Warner, yes, peanut butter is good on celery. It's delicious on celery. And so just put it up there. Put it up there with that one. Yeah. And so thank you. We have people coming through doing different things. So let's just help them out. So you want to be really selfish and think to yourself, let me take care of me first, right? Let me make sure that I am my best self. I have all the nutrients. My immune system is boosted in the best way. And in this way, you can definitely think of yourself first. Oh, what kind of peanut butter do I like best? I'll show you. I had one that's in the fridge, but I also have one right here in the cabinet. So we actually, because my children go to school, we do eat peanut butter, but we eat lots of sun butter, which is sunflower butter. And so, sunflower seeds, crushed. We also do almond butter, cashew butter. They are not as flavorful. To me, the sun butter is a little sweeter. And so it's a little more delicious, even though it's quite natural and the only ingredients are sunflower seeds. Do they put sugar in here? Is that why? Sugar and salt. They added a little bit. Maybe that's why it's so sweet and delicious. Sun butter tastes great. We have definitely served these to their friends that have never had it before. And their friends are like, "Ooh, I want another one." Or, "Oh, that was good. What was that?" And I've had one or two children say, "Ooh, this tastes like sunflower seeds," like they did notice. But most people, adults and children alike, we do a lot of taste tests. And because we have a lot of meat eating friends since we recently were eating meat and eggs and cheeses and stuff. So we're, especially my husband and I, we're old now. We have a long history of tasting foods, but some butter is the bee's knees. So yes, it's a whole food because it comes from nuts. And remember G bombs, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. That's what the plant-based doctors say we should go for. So if you can eat any of those things, then you can be an honorary at every meal, get something in at every meal. You can be an honorary or an aspiring plant-based person, right? Any questions that you all have for me right now? Because I know we're winding down to the last few minutes of our chat, and I do have another question or so. If you, let's see, if you don't have any other questions for me, I was just checking the chat. And I think this is organic. Is this organic? No, this one says natural. Oh, non-GMO, gluten-free. I do go for non-GMO items because nutritional yeast is a favorite ingredient of yours. You know what? Mine is over there up on the shelf. We do add nutritional yeast to our popcorn. Um, Gives it that cheesy flavor. I also add it to my pasta dishes. And I wish I could have cooked for you all tonight. My setup was interesting. So I said, I'll just bring out a few different things and show you. Speaking of which, this bowl right here, what changes did I see in myself? I don't have any body odor. Let me tell you, I can skip a bath. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I have or not, because then I will give out too much information. Let's just say it's been tested and proven that, wow, that part. Now, I'm a performer, so we perform a lot outside. This is a lentil loaf, by the way, not a meatloaf, made from lentils, green lentils, and a few other ingredients, vegetables and stuff. But we perform and we're storytellers. So we're outside a lot. And man, you sweat. Yeah, Dwayne, that lentil loaf is good, just made with green lentils. I soaked them, I cooked them, pureed them a little bit. I think I just mashed them. I don't even think I mashed them. Anyways, so I saw that change. I smelled that change. No body odor. I will say that. You can skip deodorant for like 3 days. So what else did I notice? There's a leaner me. So like in general, because I stick to whole foods, I noticed when I was eating the processed foods, I was still fluffy or getting fatter, right? But uh, when I switched over to whole foods, leaner, like the pants I'm wearing were high waters and they are long now so that I step on them. Because even eating, so I tested a few different theories. The plant-based doctors, they say it's on the intake side. You can't exercise away this visceral fat. So yeah, I just noticed that if I'm eating whole foods, I can do midnight snacks. I can eat as much as I want. I can eat when I'm hungry, when I'm not hungry, and I don't gain. But there's just a leaner me. My clothes hang better, so there's that confidence. Also, another change that I noticed: less hair in certain places. I won't say which. I'm gonna just say less hair in certain places. The places you don't want hair if you're a lady. So yes, that's a good thing. Any other questions? Which was interesting to me because that's something that a lot of people battle with, and they're like, "Ooh, what do I do about this?" Right? No amount of electrolysis will change your life like a whole food plant-based diet. And I think it was the cheese, butter, yogurt, sour cream from animal products. My husband's health, he's diabetic, so we did make this lifestyle for him. A lifestyle change for him. His A1C has come down, and so we are reversing his diabetes. um, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, he didn't stay on track like he needed to. He started slipping and eating more processed stuff when he went back to work, just more sodas, churros, whatever the cafe nearby had. So it went down, it came back up. However, he did get off of his blood pressure medicines within about 2 or 3 weeks. And then it was high, it was 200 over 100. So his blood pressure came right on down, and that was immediate. He also lost about 69 pounds. I will say that people love losing weight, but overall his labs are great. His cholesterol did come down as well. So that's another one. Any other questions that you all might have? Yeah, it's interesting. Like he lost, and my husband is blind. He can't see, but he feels the difference. We've had to buy new clothes because there's no way, he went from like a 54 jacket, a 46 waist. Because I'm thinking about some of the suits that he gave away, right? So now he has like a 38, 36. No, he's like 36, 34 waist, 36. I'll say 36 because it's between 36 and 34. And yeah, that's that's where he is. Any other questions that you all have for me? If no questions, while you're chatting, while you're putting them in the chat, I will ask one final question because I have a quiz for you. And the reason why I'm asking these questions is because the link that I gave you, some of these questions are in that quiz. The playlist is in that quiz for the whole foods, plant-based lifestyle. Let's see. Which ingredients? Oh, is there any kind of, I'll read that. Just a second. Any kind of meat that you miss? No. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, the things that you think you will miss, you don't. People always say this. They always say, I thought I would miss eggs, and you don't. I think in the morning, because you might have been used to eating eggs, you'll think, oh, let me just get up and eat eggs, but it's sort of like an automatic response. Really, the cheese is what you miss more of because of the addictive properties of cheese. There's a book called The Cheese Trap by Dr. Neil Barnard. It talks about the real addiction to cheese. That's because of the hormones, the natural hormones that are in the milk, the mother's milk. All mother's milk have a hormone that makes the baby want to eat. Whether it's humans, human babies have that hormone. A human mother's milk have that hormone that makes the babies want to eat. So of course, a cow is so much bigger. That hormone is so much more powerful. Dr. Neil Barnard explains it best in The Cheese Trap, or you can just go to YouTube. He talks a lot about cheese in his videos. And so I don't miss any type of meat. And I think because we make our own meat, also, I get that satisfaction. I would have to say burgers just because they're so common, but it's not that I miss them because I still get them. So, last question. Which ingredients in regular mayonnaise makes it not suitable for a whole food plant-based lifestyle? Is it oil, mayonnaise, mystery glue, or eggs? Which ingredient in regular old mayonnaise, ooh, Carolyn is on it, eggs, makes it not suitable for a whole food plant-based lifestyle? Yes, the Dwayne, everybody's saying eggs. Absolutely, because eggs come from an animal. And so since I don't eat animal products anymore because of the nutritional risk, Dr. Esselstyn is a big proponent of saying cut out the meat or minimize the meat. Dr. Pam Popper, she definitely will say do a hybrid, but eat way more fruits and vegetables than you do anything else. Well, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, seeds, and everything else. But this is it. That was the last question I had for you all for right now. I've enjoyed our time together. If there aren't any more questions right now, I'll turn it over to Diesta, Coach Diesta. Thank you for this opportunity.
That was awesome. I thought, should I share the link that you wanted me to share? Should I share that real quick?
Absolutely, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Now let me see if I can find it. And
Ooh,
oh, then there's a comment in the chat. Watch the video
yeah.
Paul McCartney put out. If slaughterhouses had glass walls, we would all be vegan.
Yeah. You know what? So that's where I knew about some of those slaughterhouse stories, but you know how by the time you get it in the pretty package, oh, well, thank you so much, Carolyn. I'm glad you had a lot of fun, and please let me know how you like the recipes. That's a simple site that I created, and I'll be updating it because I don't think there's any, I think you can comment on the videos. Dale was just talking about adding more fruits and vegetables. Dale, repeat after me. Fruits and vegetables at every meal. That's all you have to do. Oh, thank you so much, Dwayne. We thoroughly enjoyed it. But you know, I knew about some of those slaughterhouse stories, and I was just like, well, yeah, but I got it in the pretty pink package now. It's on the plate. It's not really as scary as a slaughterhouse. So there are videos there on the site for you to enjoy. A few quiz questions, right? So you can get the answers right or wrong, and you can get a little bit of explanation. I show you how I make those meatballs, the seitan or what have you. And there's also a full playlist at the very bottom. So that way you can find, and the potato salad has those eggs or eggless eggs. Yeah. And then at the very bottom, there's a full playlist. I think there's about 20 videos in there. So yes, thank you all for your time tonight. And this is, I hope I shared the right link with you. Yeah, this is just a simple site. It's a private site right now, and it's one that we share out so that, you know, people can enjoy the experience, have an extended learning experience.
All right. I thought was going to paste it in the chat and then I messed up. So I will definitely send it out to everyone. And just thank you everyone for coming. Can you guys just come off mute and give her a round of applause?
But I just order mine. So that means if you want Vital Wheat gluten and if you want to try it, I get a big bag of it from Amazon and it looks like a flour. But yeah, I didn't say that earlier.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks, LaQuita.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Have a good evening, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. It was good. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Dale. Bye, Jeannie.
Thank you.